the right time.
How are you? We are on our way to Topsy Farms on Amherst Island.
They say it's one of the, it's not part of the Thousand Islands near Gananoque, but they call it the 1001 Island. It's sort of before the Thousand Islands start, but it's got a wee little ferry that we are going to miss because it leaves in 3 minutes, so we have to wait for the next one. I think it's like a 20-minute ferry ride across the lake, and it's in Lake Ontario. It's just, I don't know, looks like it's probably a couple kilometers, a couple miles offshore. And I'm not sure the population, if I read it correctly, that there's 400 people, and they have more in the summer when the cottagers come out. But Topsy Farms has been there a very long time. They do beautiful wool. I will have to double check on what kind of sheep. They send their wool, all their shearing, to Prince Edward Island, way out on the east coast of Canada, and they have it milled there and spun, and then they have it woven into fantastically gorgeous 100% wool blankets, which I am going to talk to them about having at our shop at Rosehaven, because they also have yarn as well, and we're going to talk to them about getting yarn to come to Rosehaven as well, because it's like local sheep, local yarn, and all Canadian product. It's probably a little more on the rustic side. It's certainly not going to be as soft as merino, but it's lovely. And we'll get to meet some lambs today.
Lambs.
Apparently we can buy lamb meat, but that just seems wrong when you go on a wool hunt. And of course we have our knitting along, because we're going to have to sit for an hour for the next ferry boat. But we caught the last ferry boat with 2 minutes to spare. Just went, drove right onto it.
Perfect timing.
Gotta catch all these ferries to skip from one island to another. Our little Glenora ferry is kind of funny because you don't pay for the ferry. It's considered part of the extension of the highway, so it's government. So you literally just drive up, they put down the ramp, you drive on. It's a 5-minute put across the water, and you put the ramp down and you just keep going. It's a fun little ride. You don't even get out of the car because you're barely there. Of course the tourists do, because it's exciting being on a ferry boat. I grew up on Peely Island. There's been too many ferries in my world. That boat was an hour and a half though, across Lake Erie. It's a lovely day though. It's supposed to be stinking hot, but so far there's a nice breeze, and it's always cooler on the water. Thank you, Lake Ontario, for keeping us cool.
So off there in the distance is Topsy Farms.
Yes, like where the sailboats kind of are puttering. I'm Leslie Snyder, Rosehaven Yarn Shop.
Ian Murray.
Ian Murray, nice to meet you. So Topsy Farms. So how many years have you guys been doing Topsy Farms?
Well, we bought the land the last day of '71.
Okay.
And we got our first sheep in the fall of '73. We bought 50 sheep from Manitoulin Island.
And what breed was that?
Suffolk. They were damn good sheep.
Okay.
They were damn good sheep.
But you switched now.
We've moved all over the place.
Tried different ones.
Yeah. It's easy to switch with sheep. You just bring in a ram and you'll breed 100 ewes for you.
That's true.
So basically, the maternal line is mainly North Country Cheviot, and
Right.
we breed them to keep that going, but we also crossbreed with the Suffolk.
Okay.
And got a bit of Rito Arcadian. We're trying to get more lambs per ewe.
Oh, okay. So is the Suffolk a little softer than the
You're asking about the wool. All I care about is the meat.
I don't care about the meat. I want the wool.
Yeah, but we have never selected a sheep for wool.
Oh, okay.
That's probably won't be always true.
Right.
Because we're getting more and more, and we'd like to get into the more hand spinners and whatnot.
Yes, yeah.
But right now, the wool is almost all the North Country Cheviot with some Suffolk.
Mixed in with
it seems to sell okay, but it's nothing really special.
Right.
It's just
It
raised from
smells
really
really
healthy.
good though.
Our
Like
sheep are kept out all winter,
Okay.
so it's a very healthy wool,
Right. Yes.
and the mill really likes it.
So obviously, I mean, when we get full winter on, you're putting hay out and stuff for the teat and
every
stuff,
day.
yeah.
Every day we roll out hay. We look at all the sheep. We feed the dogs.
Right.
Make sure there's moisture and mineral.
Right.
So, and the deer make it without anybody looking after them at all.
Okay. And so the dogs live out there full time too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what kind of dogs you got? Great.
Well, those are Akbosh,
Oh, okay.
but you couldn't tell the difference between Akbosh, Maremma, Pyrenees,
The
and
Pyrenees,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah, because our neighbor has.
And there's
the
enough
Pyrenees sheep.
variation within the breed.
Oh, okay. And they're good and they're happy out there, and they would probably hate living in the house.
I don't know that. They would like to be friendly more. They would love us to be more friendly with them.
Right.
But we want them out there guarding the sheep, not
Yeah.
hanging around.
So on Amherst Island, you've got coyotes, I'm assuming, right?
Ice coyotes.
Yes. Yeah, the old ice highway. Yeah, because we live on the river and we have the same thing with the coyotes. Yeah.
Yeah. Coyotes are everywhere.
But you don't have anything else that would. I mean, there's nothing else that's going to come after the sheep, really.
How about ravens?
Really?
Ravens.
After the babies?
Yeah. They pluck the eye out, and you come and you see a perfectly healthy lamb flat out on the ground, no eye, and blood dripping down.
Oh.
But later, the latest thing is Fisher. Stay away.
So pleased.
We're online. Sorry, Sally.
I'll just pause it for a minute.
There we go.
A steady stream of visitors kept Ian busy for the next long while, but it gave us a chance to explore the shop. Topsy carries a wide range of wool blankets, super luxurious sheepskins. Honestly, you've got to feel them for yourself. And of course, oodles of 2- and 3-ply yarn in a wide range of colors. They also have finished knitted pieces, including a surprise or two. Then we popped back outside to walk the grounds and visit some of the four-legged residents.
I like how they have like no hair where their little horns are gonna grow. You wanna see that? Hi. Nope, that one didn't. That's one to be separate.
You know, I think they're just Are you ready? Okay, so you want it down low enough that she's not having to fight or struggle for it.
Right.
There we
Okay.
go. Who's a good girl? Oh, he's a good girl. Whoa! Good. Look at you go through that.
That's what they do to mama by this point. They really thump.
Holy.
Yes, exactly.
I like how excited the tail gets.
That would hurt. Watch the tail.
Ooh, look at the little waggles.
She's like a little
little
gentler over there.
Would you like to pat her while she's being fed?
Oh, I think it's just about dry there, love.
Yeah, pull it out
she's
before
so
it's right at the bottom if you can.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
A little
Like
bit
yours.
left.
None. Think it
Do you want to pat that baby?
does. Just pop up. You want to pet?
It's all gone, sweet.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Sorry, that wasn't a whole lot of action.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
Oh, look at how she already looks like she's...
And you know what? They've got open water pail refresh every single day.
But they don't
And
the
they've got
old-fashioned
food
mama way.
available all the time. And
She just does what she
so
wants.
if she tells you she's starved or thirsty, she's lying. But they so much prefer it in their mouths,
Yeah.
you know, rather than from a pail.
Doing it.
Gurgle, gurgle.
That a girl, good for you. Well done. And by the way, folks, we have a hand washing station just up there under the tree.
Little
And
tail
the towels is
wiggling.
hanging on the wool shed.
Okay.
So,
Perfect. Thank you.
and would you like to try to feed a couple by hand, bigger ones?
Oh,
Do you
do
like
I
to
feed
feed
them
them?
by hand?
I'd like to see some bigger sheep. Yeah, you want
Okay.
plants?
We have, well,
Don't know when they
they're all, we have 1,000 out in the field because we don't keep them in the
Yes.
farm. So, but we
You
have a
sweet
few
girl.
that had problems with one sort or another.
Okay, so you only wanted 3-ply, right? This is all 2-ply here.
All right.
And we'll go and find out where the black is and where the gray is.
And the color is, remember, is the color?
No, that's just Y58.
This is my
box.
kind of
All that
yarn
means.
shopping.
All that means.
Okay.
Like I say, we never took a business course. We have to make things up as we go.
Well, you've done a brilliant job.
No, we've done a competent, semi-competent job. But we're not stupid and we keep asking questions and
Yes.
keep trying to figure out, like, we're talking about going on Amazon. We're talking about,
Oh, wow.
you know, a system where everything is barcoded and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
We do spend a lot of time on inventory, and right now my daughter and I have to spend at least a day straightening out, working backwards. What have we got in the wool shed? What do we need?
Right.
You know, yarn, and
Ordering
blankets, and
colors.
everything.
Yeah.
So we have to count what we have to figure out what we need, and we have to count.
Yeah, inventory sucks.
Well,
I have a computer system that has all my inventory, and we
it's a-
still don't get
it's
it
a
right.
lot easier than not having anything. Okay, we're looking for Y74. Y74 has got to be right along there.
71, 72, 73,
It could be better
75,
organized.
76, 77. Oh, underneath.
There it is. There it is. So in here, we
So-
pull out some black. Make sure it's black and not navy. I wouldn't put navy in the same box knowingly.
No.
You want 7?
6, 7.
Okay. That's theoretically 5 left. I'm not gonna count.
Yeah.
Here. What are you doing with my,
Slide this guy back
with
in.
my bags?
Yeah, do we bring
I brought bags up.
are they underneath my purse right there?
There you go. So this barn was built for loose hay. Here, I'll carry that.
Oh, like loose as opposed to the bales.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And it was built in 3 sections. But I don't know much about the history, but I know that the oldest section is closer to the house, then there's a middle section. And this section here, it's actually they've actually been milled, not ads.
Hand hewn, yeah.
Yeah. And I built all the infrastructure here.
Jeez.
This was all open at one point.
Right.
Then the last year that we had square bales, we put 6,000 square bales in here.
6,000.
6,000. I was crawling along the top up there to get the last bales in, and then the floor started to give way. The beams started, they're still twisted down there.
Oh my
We
god.
put props under them, and next year we were doing round bales.
Yeah.
I've been in a barn where the floor is collapsed under me. You're
Yes,
suddenly
you
on
have.
the bottom floor,
Oh.
covered in hay and raccoon crap and everything else.
So do you do your shearing up here and shoot them down the
Oh,
lawn?
you want the shearing story?
Sure.
Oh, no, let's get the last of the gray here.
Oh, okay.
We're looking at 70. We're looking for Y70. And I'll tell you.
You've got the bag of yarn.
Yes, I have the bag.
Why 70 was 71, 72, 60, 57.
Okay. We'll have to go find it. I know pretty much where it is. Because we were short of room one time and I put them up. The mezzanine up here where we're going now was, we have shearing as an event here, like people come,
Like that.
it's free. They come and they climb up there and watch the shearing. And some people 5. Hope this is the one I want.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Good. What did I say? I want to go 20 altogether, right?
Yeah, you have 3 already.
All right, so
And then
17.
put that 17 in.
3, 6. Oh, it smells so good. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, it smells good.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does.
When I used to go to shows, which is a fair while ago now, then it was always nice when you were in the rain.
Yeah, I did. All your garlic scapes, that's awesome. Oh, this is the garlic. Okay,
Yeah.
and you have them drying out here. This, yeah, because it's probably the driest place here.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dry, but
You just come on this side, Tim, you can see all the
we
bulbs.
need,
My mother's always after me because I haven't grown any garlic, and I should be.
we need a couple of months work in the barn. It's just hard to get that time.
Yeah. I don't know how people do it, like the whole vegetable patch and stuff. I finally gave up. I'm like, it's cheaper and easier just to go to the farmer's market and on the side of the road.
Yeah, let them
That
work
I
for
pass.
nothing. Yeah. Exactly.
Every time you try, there's bugs or something, or rabbits or something that destroyed something. So frustration. So you have the sheep up in here when you're doing the shearing.
Yep. You're gonna film this, or you just want to hear it? Sure, go ahead.
Tell
Okay.
us the story.
See the hinges?
Right.
That drops down,
Oh, okay.
and we put an extension on it, and the sheep come up here,
Right.
and then they're in there,
Yep.
and
on the
all the wool stuff is cleared out.
Yep.
So that we put a gate across there, and that we just fill this up, and then the shearers, the 3 shearers, each one has a pen.
Right.
So they come into the pen, grab their sheep, drag it back, shear it under here. When it's done shearing, they push it out this gate.
Right. And then it can go.
Then it goes
out
down. Then there's a
down
ramp.
the other chute.
Yeah.
So how many sheep do you have?
Well, we've cut back a lot. Last year we sheared 1,100. This year we sheared about 800, and next year we'll probably shear around 300. We're cutting way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our main shepherd is retiring, and the guy who was apprenticing with him said he didn't really want to be involved in that many sheep anymore.
Right.
And we decided there's a lot more money in ag tourism.
Yeah.
Generally, bottom line, when you say about how hard it was with the garden and whatnot,
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion now, after a lot of years of trying, that you'll never go hungry growing stuff, probably, but you're not going to make a whole lot of money at it. You're going to work really hard at it, and if you've got livestock, you're going to have dead stock.
Yes.
Okay, and so it's nice to keep 300 sheep. For us, it's like not that hard.
Right.
And we're opening up the woods for hiking, and we'll rent out our yurt, and I don't know what else we'll do. We're just evaluating the market. We've got a lot of shoreline facing Prince Edward.
Yes. Yeah. Nice.
That's where the cannons were set up back in 1812.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. They had
Keep
a
those damn British
reenactment
back.
2 years ago. They had the reenactment.
Oh.
So there might have been 1,000 people here watching that.
I think I remember that. I think we could hear the guns on the,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
mainland,
yeah,
like on
yeah.
our side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so neat.
It was pretty interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah. So there's signs up there not for the people that are watching not to use flashes because it bothers the shearers and
Yeah.
the sheep.
So can you actually shear 1,100 sheep in one day with 3 shearers?
No. Day and a half maybe.
Okay. Wow. They must shear them in like under
They're quick.
2 minutes-ish?
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, it's about, I can't remember, but they do it real quick. We have the best shearer in the country come.
Nice.
And he gets 2 other guys. One guy, one young fellow's coming from Gas Bay.
Oh, wow.
He's been here 3 years.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's everybody enjoys it,
Except the sheep.
well,
They appreciate it
Yeah,
afterwards.
but for us, it's very stressful because we've got to keep them dry.
Okay. Oh,
And
beforehand.
when we had
yes.
1,100 sheep, we don't have we have another barn down there, and we've got another building there, and they're pregnant, so we've got to keep them fed
Yep.
and watered, and we're trying to keep the stress as low as possible.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's almost always a time of year when there's rain. If it isn't
Yes.
raining, it's expected.
Yes.
I think the last 2 shearings we've been very lucky it was dry,
Yeah.
but
That would, yeah. Wet wool, that would not be good.
they won't shear.
Oh, they won't?
No, you have to
Can't.
put it off.
Right.
The shearers, actually the last time, oh, it was the time before last, the lead shearer said, you know, we really appreciate you having the spectator thing, because you go on YouTube and you see just, you know, PETA puts on, they'll hire shepherds to abuse sheep. Yeah, they'll do anything. They're just crazy, crazy people.
I mean, it's one of the most ecologically intelligent ways to make a garment, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the sheep are well taken care of, otherwise you don't get nice wool.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out as nice. Like, I always have a hard time when people come in and they say, well, I'm buying yarn. The person I'm buying it for is vegan. And it's like they want to buy bamboo. And it's like, that is the worst. Like,
Or made from an oil byproduct.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you don't want to do plant-based. There's so much water and carbon footprint in plant-based products, even more so than the acrylics are their own thing.
I am not a fan of industrial agriculture, though. I
No.
think a lot of animals are really treated poorly.
Yes. Yeah. Like poor Angora bunnies.
This is a really good setup. There's only, in all of Ontario, there's probably only a half dozen decent shearing places.
Nice. Right.
Some places the shearers go, they almost have to chase the sheep down.
Oh.
They're very unhappy
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
That would make it a very difficult day.
Here we've got probably 6 people helping. At least one person hired just to feed us.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's,
Deal.
the shearers are never waiting long for a sheep.
Right.
You know, it's the main thing is to get the.
Well,
the
this
wool
whole
up.
setup of ramps up and ramps down and everything is probably pretty brilliant too.
Well, it's just common sense.
Did you figure all out the design of how to build to make it like
No,
this?
we copied it from somebody else, and the mistake we made was everything should have been pushed this way, so these pens would be bigger.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah, because that's basically waste space there.
Yeah, because that's just an aisle way for them to scoot
Yeah.
down the hill.
Yeah,
Huh.
we could have pushed that another, say, 6 feet, and then we would have had bigger pens and less fussing with the sheep. But it's built. This is all used wood.
Nice,
All
reclaimed.
used wood. We got it. There used to be a granary down in the last T intersection that you came through, and it was rotting. It was, and the owner asked if we take it down. About 60% of the wood was still good.
Oh, okay.
So that's where all that came from.
Well, yeah, because living on an island, you have to have everything shipped in here, which
Pretty
just
much.
makes it more expensive. It's always good to
Yeah.
use reclaimed.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
It's,
so cool. Thanks so much. This is
welcome.
amazing.
That's quite a setup.
All right, let's go bag up the rest of the yarn.
Okay.
After we loaded up our haul, we decided to hit the beach for a quick stage knitting photo op, and then head home. Thanks, Ian and Sally. We will definitely visit again soon.
Oh, we're going back on track. Good lord. I've never been on a... What the... Okay, seriously, what the... Why is he turning around?
We're on the ferry going home and doing 180s.
We're doing donuts.
doing donuts and
What the hell is happening?
we're doing donuts in the middle of the channel.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. The rudder's broken. Seriously, what is happening?
There's the ferry dock straight ahead, off to the, well, that's like a
It's a 5-minute
o'clock
ferry boat
now.
ride?
straight. Who's driving this thing? Did we get on the wrong boat?
The boat ride is free, but if you pay a little extra, they do donuts.
What is happening? Maybe he's ahead of schedule, apparently. I want to stop and ask the guy when we get off, okay, what was that?